And also, why you think a lot of motherfuckers Vlad TV? Let's be honest, bro. Like, let's be honest. Who turned you up on Vlad TV, man? Who watch over and over again? Like, you know, like our connection, like, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. When you talk about interviewing and you bring Boosie name up, you bring Vlad TV name up. When you talk about Vlad interviewing somebody, you bring Boosie name up. So Envy, I feel you wrong on that. I feel you wrong. You can call me the Breakfast Club and we can have it out.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on DJ Vlad jumping out there to combat what Boosie been saying, even more as he been talking online once again. Now, I put that clip right there in the beginning so y'all can see directly what Boosie had said about going and hollering at DJ Envy, because in this new clip that Vlad dropped, and you got to go over there to Vlad TV to watch it on his YouTube channel, he got it to where you can't commentate over it and things like that. But he says directly on there, he feels a way about certain things that Boosie said. One of them being that, hey, you made Vlad TV pretty much and you turned Vlad TV up. Then he also said that Boosie hung the phone up in his face and called him cheap because he didn't want to come up with the fee. And I said, ooh, they ain't tell us that in the beginning, and neither did Boosie. So Boosie been withholding a lot of information and not telling us the full conversation of how everything went down. He been talking like everything been cool and smooth and everything straight between him and Vlad. But now, the more and more he keep talking on the internet, Vlad feels a way about it. And also what he said about Boosie was in his response talking about, well, Envy, bring me to Breakfast Club and I'll come up there and explain it about my value and while I feel what I'm worth and things of that nature. And Vlad was like, well, it's crazy to me because he won't come over here and do an interview with me for free and show me no love for free, but you'll go to Breakfast Club and these other platforms that Boosie will pull up and do an interview to. He goes there without being charged for them. So I said, this is the double-edged sword of this game for paying for interviews and being in that business lane. As I told y'all before, anybody can run it how they want to run it and do it how they want to do it. We having a business conversation now. Of course, I did just call out Vlad for that disrespectful stuff he made about that black father and his son for buying them that 40 acres of land, because I feel Vlad was out of pocket for that, and that wasn't the time or the place for that because you don't have the information on it. You don't know their finances, you don't know their goals, and you don't know the location. And I really do feel that when I looked at it again, that the blog, my mixtapes, might have kind of put that caption in there to kind of get people more into it. The Pops could have just bought the land on some cool stuff without saying all that. I don't know for sure though. Either way, Vlad, we don't compare what we do for our kids to the next man doing for his kids and things like that, and then say, well, hey, come holler at Vlad stocks, bro. Let that man do what he want to do. It just is what it is. It's disrespectful, but that's that. With this right here, Vlad is seeing the after effects of him being looked at like a lick, being looked at like a dude that can be finessed, and he knows that Boosie doesn't respect him. He said it out his own mouth now, before Boosie come back to Vlad, we got to have a conversation. This ain't about business no more, it's about respect. Because he looking at it first and foremost like, hey, why did you come to the internet with a private business conversation that we had? How come you didn't tell the full story? And then also, you hung the phone up in my face. He said that they had talked after that or whatever, but he said he couldn't get back with him, and he said Boosie hung the phone up in his face and called him cheap. I said, whoa, hey, this that part of the game right here, bro. And I got to keep it all the way 1,000 with Boosie. Yes, Boosie, you most definitely gave Vlad some credibility. Boosie, you most definitely brought an audience to Vlad. But Vlad already had an audience before you came as well. So to discuss that type of like fine line you pushing, you got to get that established out the gate. And then Boosie also revealed, as I seen this, that he's been getting phone calls from people for being on Vlad. certain things he said and talked about on Vlad, and people would tell him, hey, dog, you up over there, what you on there for, doing this, doing that? And he'd tell them, well, hey, man, I'm doing business with him. And they'd be like, well, hey, bro, you know, he just said this and spoke up on this, and this happened with that situation. Boosie would tell them, and this is called a Boosie mouth. Man, he ain't never did nothing to me. So it'd be like, nah, Boosie want everybody to come jump behind him, and I got to call that out, bro, because of the simple fact, yeah, I stay on Vlad neck. It's obvious when he come with the disrespect. I fell back after a little bit or whatever. I've been having to jump out there lately because he been speaking on things that I feel are disrespectful to my people and my culture, so I've been calling that out. But in this case right here, Boosie, what do you really got going on, bro? Because you knew that people felt the way about you being on the show. You ain't never addressed none of that on camera with them. You ain't never spoke out against them because you was getting your money. And then now you can't have your way. You come to the internet, you reveal the information about the 5K, you put it all online. Not Vlad, he kept it all the way 1,000 and solid with you. Even sent you the documents, sent you the back ends, that you see the paperwork on the case of this situation where, hey, you can see exactly what I'm making, your profit. Then he said he used to pay Boosie 20 at one point in time. Then he said, well, hey, he told Boosie, I want to do something different with you. For 5 OK, I'll come to your house and do this. You know what I'm saying? He said, bro, he knows that if he had spent this money on an interview with Boosie, right? Hey, I'll give you $25K for the interview. But then I told Boosie, hey, bro, the audio footage or something got messed up. Can we reshoot it? He said he knows that Boosie would not reshoot that interview for free, keeping it all the way 100. I say, well, Vlad is basically saying that he know that their friendship is really just based on business. And I'm like, for Boosie to be all over the place right now, he say he got his Patreon coming, turn it up, go support it. People that really supporters of Boosie, they will watch it. Vlad said he's gonna support it, he's gonna watch it, but he can't have this type of stuff going on with the disrespect. But he said he'll still work with Boosie, but they got to sit down and see if the respect is there. But let me be 1,000. Boosie don't respect him, because if somebody did that to Boosie, he'd be tripping out, hollering, going crazy and everything like that. Because he know that ain't how we get down as people, keeping it all the way 100. So I'm just coming on here to update the situation with business. And like I told y'all, everybody got their own business motto when it comes to paying for interviews. If that's how you get it, that's how you run yours, that's cool. That's why I'm the person that's not going to be out here just booking people and paying people just to come on my show. I get the conversation going on my own about what's trending in the game. I'll stream. I'll do things like that. I'm not just going to interview you because I know you're going to get me some views on the channel, which Vlad was against that at one point in time too. But he needed to do that during the pandemic, to my understanding. The stuff with Farrakhan that supposedly happened. Then other situations, like, well, hey, man, during the pandemic, COVID, he like, well, hey, bro, let me just go ahead and pay, get these people over here, man. Y'all go ahead. Here, I'll break you off something, man. Pull up on me to make it easier for the people to come. This wasn't done because he wants to do it. It's because he had to do it to keep his show rolling. Then once they start discussing it, not everybody want to get paid. I hear Boosie even speaking on the YouTube business. He doesn't know what he's talking about at all. Talking about, man, people get paid off these interviews forever. Bro, once that interview max out, it's pretty much done for when it comes to a large scale of money. Or the back end will never be the same. You might get a little spike here and there, but a lot of them old interviews, it's what they make as a collective that you eat off of your back catalog, because you got your back catalog built up. But your few particular videos, bro, they not doing that much damage financially, bro, to where you're going to get paid revenue and everything like that off the interview. Anybody that has a YouTube channel, they know that, bro. It just, unless you're doing some super documentary type movie stuff, and then those might have those certain spikes as well, but everything eventually declines. That's why when you get it to a certain height, the views are not going up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million every month. That's because it didn't maxed out already. So I see a lot of, and I want to go through and educate. I'm going to do a Patreon video on that to break down the business a little bit more of how the payments on YouTube work. People run their business how they want to run it. But I'm like this, bro. I'm not finna be, if I really want to interview somebody and it makes sense, cool. But a lot of these people want to get paid for interviews now because they see Vlad, Boosie, and Clownston White, and all these other people talking about interview payments. And guess what happens? No Puncher, all them. Guess what happens? People want to get paid fees that you can't even make your money back on. But in Vlad's position, he has made enough money, made enough revenue, had a big enough platform where it make business sense for him. So I'm just keeping it 1,000 with it. We'll see what happens. Vlad say he wasn't feeling that and said they got to talk about it. We'll see what happens. Stay on your pivot. More coming. 1,000. Urban Politics TV on the Patreon, the app or the website. Turn it up for shit show.